When most people think of explorers, Christopher Columbus is the first name that they think of. Although discovering what he didn't know was America was a remarkable discovery, a bigger achievement is being the first man to circumnavigate around the world. That man was Ferdinand Magellan. He was born in 1480 and was the son of Portuguese nobility. He was a student of cartography and astronomy. He is well educated and the perfect man to sail around the world. He fit many of the qualities a good leader and captain should have. One of the characteristics of being a good captain is being determined. Being more specific, with determination, a captain should show love for his country and dedication to the task ahead. Magellan fit these traits. Some of the reasons that people explored and traveled was for personal glory, to spread Christianity, and to expand the empire. Circumnavigating around the world is a victory to himself. In the end, he did indeed stray away from the task, but only to another reason some traveled. He changed to converting people to Catholicism. He did go about it by instilling fear, but he didn't actually live up to those actions. He threatened to burn down those who didn't convert, but didn't actually burn them. Lastly, finding a route through the Americas to get to Asia, Spain, who invested in this voyage, would have huge wealth gained by opening up a new trade route. Magellan would be fame and glory. It's a win-win situation. A captain should be firm. If he is otherwise, he can be easily taken advantage of. Although this could come off as being cruel to the crew, it's for the best. Rationing food was the best way to save for the future back then. They were at sea with a decreasing amount of food. What did you expect them to do? Eat however much they wanted, then wing it when they actually run out of food? Hardtack was better than nothing. At least Magellan gave them something to stay alive for a little longer. I'll be honest. Ox hides, old biscuits, sawdust of wood, and rats isn't exactly a buffet. It was better than starving and having to resort to cannibalism. You never know. Anyways, Magellan couldn't feed them anything else. There wasn't anything. Sure, okay, there was quince jelly, but he didn't know that it contained vitamin C. The crew didn't know either. If Magellan shared his jelly, they would have gotten too comfortable or refused to do anything until there's more delicacies. He did the right thing and gave them just enough to keep going. Although they weren't exactly volunteers, they had the opportunity to bring their own stuff aboard. The fact that they had to eat what they ate is now partially their fault. As experienced sailors, or people who believed of the hardships out at sea, they should have known that it wasn't going to be a happy experience, or at least all the time. Lastly, a captain should have great navigational skills. Based on the technology of the time, Magellan's tactics, despite how much time it consumed, were the best you can get. He was clever in getting through the Strait of Magellan. He would use the taste of seawater to determine where to go and where they were heading. If the water became fresher, Magellan knew that they were heading inland. Once the water turned salty, he realized that he was approaching the Pacific on the western side of the strait. Not only did he do this, he sent out smaller boats to scout the strait. The information they brought back helped Magellan plot his next move. They warned him against rocky shoals, bays that deceptively resembled a continuation of the strait, and other dead ends that would have delayed the passage. He was cautious not to make any wrong moves. For people who argue that it was wasted time, it's better to be safe than sorry. Magellan knew what he was doing. He was intelligent and his navigational skills were sharper than a blade. He was a student of a cartographer, after all. He led his crew through the Strait of Magellan, which is measured at approximately 350 miles. Long story short, Magellan was a great captain. He was a lot of things, like and strong, brave Magellan. Okay, he was those things. His determination was sparked by the love of his country, personal gain, the spreading of Christianity, and the expansion of the empires. Although his strictness and behavior was misunderstood and taken as cruelty, he did what was right. He knew what was best for the crew and tried his best to keep it all together. He was intelligent and had the great navigational skills every explorer should have. Columbus, he lived a meaningful life. His last actions were ones in God's names, trying to convert the natives of the Philippines to Christianity. Different words, Magellan was basically like,
"It weren't my fault, I was just doing as the Spirit commanded."
Obviously, they didn't believe that because they responded with,
"This is my religious freedom and you're violating it!"
Okay, that isn't exactly how it went, but you get the gist of it. Once again, Magellan was a great captain. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Since today's topic was so special, I'd like to read you a poem I wrote. Roses are red, violets are blue. Magellan was great, and that's the truth. But the roses are wilting, the violets are dead. The crew keeps complaining they're dying. At least they were fed. The grass is green, the sky is blue. Without Magellan, they'd be in the middle of an ocean without any clue. But the water was calm, the sun shone bright. Magellan only did what he thought was right. There's no sea monsters there. America exists. Thanks, Columbus. Thanks to Lapu Lapu, Magellan would be missed. Thanks for listening and tune in next time.